Overdose deaths have hit an all-time high in the United States, with more than 100,000 people dead in 1 year's time. The DEA is pointing to fentanyl as a major factor in the spike in deaths, saying the drug is being made in Mexico, turned into fake prescription pills by the Mexican cartels, and then smuggled across the border.
These are the counterfeit fentanyl pills we were discussing. Probably about just over a kilogram, probably about 11,000 pills in that package right there. Street value, well over $100,000.
We are showing you actual fentanyl pills made to look like prescription pills. They are so potent, a special agent must be fully protected before handling them.
So the agent's getting ready to open the package. He's got 3 layers of gloves on. He's also wearing an air purifying respirator.
Greg Miller, the acting special agent in charge of the DEA El Paso division, told me that profit and greed are driving the cartels to push fake prescription pills laced with fentanyl.
It's easy to produce. It's easy to get the chemicals. You know, with the other drugs, you have to grow a plant. For heroin, you have to grow a plant. Marijuana, you have to grow a plant. Cocaine, you have to grow a plant. With fentanyl, it's produced in a laboratory. It's produced clandestinely. It's just chemicals mixed together.
Which makes it extremely dangerous. According to Special Agent Millard, the cartels are making fentanyl in powder and pill form.
And the pill form is very scary because they're made to look like legitimate pharmaceuticals.
And legitimate pharmaceuticals like Valium, Percocet?
Correct. Oxycontin, oxycodone, Valium, Xanax. So they're mimicking these. So when people buy the pill on the street, they think they're getting what maybe was a pill bought from a pharmacy, prescribed by a doctor, but sold on the black market. However, they're not. They're getting a pill made somewhere south of the border containing fentanyl.
A drug that is 50 times more powerful than heroin and 100 times more powerful than morphine. In fact, Miller told me a very small amount can be deadly.
Fentanyl is so powerful, it's only 2 milligrams. Could be potentially lethal. 2 milligrams is just like a few grains of salt. Picture a few grains of salt on the tip of a pencil.
So if you get a bunch of high school kids that think they're taking Valium, they hand out 10 of them, you're going to get some certain deaths in that crowd?
You very well may. 40% of the pills have a potentially fatal dose.
In 2021, the DEA El Paso division seized nearly 300 kilos of fentanyl, marking a 600% increase from 2020, where they seized about 42 kilos.
Our biggest threats in our community are methamphetamine and fentanyl.
And a new method being used by the Mexican drug cartels, recruiting young adults to smuggle people across the border.
Are you seeing that method being used as well to traffic drugs into El Paso?
We are. Younger smugglers being recruited on social media platforms, being recruited by the drug cartels to bring the drugs across. Often they don't know what they're smuggling. They're just paid to bring something into the United States.
What would be your message to these young smugglers that are making some quick cash by helping out the cartels?
Yeah, I would tell them to be careful. If they're recruited on social media to be paid $50 or $100, $200 to bring something into the United States, stay away. It's not safe. It's probably narcotics, and you're risking your freedom. You will be arrested if you're caught with it.
Miller tells me the DEA is attacking the opioid crisis from every angle, including using a response vehicle to help bust drug labs.
This is our new clandestine laboratory response vehicle. Traditionally, these were used to respond to clan labs, where when methamphetamine was being produced here in Texas, we would bring a truck like this. More recently, these are used to respond to fentanyl.
Everything the agents need to process a fentanyl lab is inside the truck. It also contains sophisticated equipment to test for the deadly drug.
We have 3 mechanisms to test the pills to see what's in them.
In addition to taking down fentanyl drug labs, the DEA has launched Operation Engage, a program that takes a deeper dive into community outreach, engaging everyone from local law enforcement to schools, faith-based organizations, and even medical professionals. And they are encouraging parents to talk to their kids about the dangers of drugs.
We've destigmatized drug use. I've always said a young kid, an adult, that maybe they wouldn't inject themselves with heroin, they wouldn't do cocaine, but they'll take a pill, and it's really scary.
Special Agent Millard said that other drugs like marijuana, cocaine, and even meth are being laced with fentanyl, so the deadly drug is not just found in the fake pills being smuggled across the border. He also said that pills prescribed by your doctor are safe, but if it's not straight from the pharmacy, don't take it. One pill, he said, can kill. Reporting for KTSM 9 News, Christina Awayo.